Welcome to the Proper Scoundrel Show.
Welcome.
Thank you.
It's good to have you.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Sergeant Major. Oh, my God. I've never said that. That's very, very impressive, sir.
Thank you so much.
How you feeling?
Well, I've been retired 22 years now.
Oh, shoot.
And it feels good. And when I say retired, that's just from the military.
Yeah, it's not retired from what you really got busy. Now you're really busy.
Right. And
Yeah.
so from retired, it's been probably about 4 years.
You did 21 years in the military, Marine Corps?
21 years.
Marine Corps.
And 9 days.
So I met you through a friend, Lieutenant David Infante, and he told me some stories about your relationship, and I was so impressed. I was so impressed at how fast you rose in rank and how the things you've done. It's a great story, a great story. I'm sure you're proud of it.
Oh, absolutely.
So you were part of Desert Shield, Desert Storm, and Iraqi Freedom.
Correct.
All three.
Yeah.
Long career, sir.
And the interesting thing on the Iraqi Freedom, I actually left Kuwait like 9 days before the ground war actually started.
Really?
And so I had already put in my retirement papers. And the selection board, when we deployed, the selection board was already in session.
Okay.
And so once they selected the new sergeant majors, I was one of the first ones they looked to move.
Yeah.
Because I was scheduled to retire. I was 3 months away from going on terminal leave, and I'm on a plane headed to Kuwait.
Change of plans.
Change of plans.
That's what it is, right? That's military. What happened then?
So we got there. We set up the whole, I think the base was called Al Jaber. So it was a base. So we set up the base camp for all of the incoming Marines, built all the tents, the shower units, all of that kind of stuff for the full deployment.
Was the weather like hot?
It was hot. It was hot. It wasn't as hot as summertime, but it was still warm.
So yeah, that's some experience right there.
Yeah.
And you've seen a lot of things.
Seen quite a bit.
What was being a drill instructor like?
That was probably the best.
That was the best time. I heard the worst, so this is the best.
Yeah, that was the best decision I ever made.
Camp Pendleton, right?
San Diego. MCRD San Diego.
Okay.
But we also did training
Okay.
at Camp Pendleton, so we do.
So people watching this, there's going to be some people that know you that were Marines during this time. So,
that's possible.
so what years were you there? 80?
So I was a drill instructor from 86 to 89.
Okay.
And then I went back as a first sergeant from 97 to 2001.
86 to 89. That's how many recruits did you think you went through?
Wow. So I did 8 platoons, which is the most you can do in a 2-year tour.
Oh.
And sometimes there were as many as 90 in each platoon. Oh. Especially in the summer. Yeah. You get the real...
Yeah.
We used to call them herds. You get the large herds.
Yeah.
So you'd have 90-ish in the summer. And then in the winter, they would get as small as 60.
How many would drop, you think, on average? Out of 90, starting with 90, how many do you think you graduated?
Well, we would typically graduate. So to answer your question, we drop a lot.
Okay, that's all.
But we also pick up a lot.
Oh, you did? You get
so you would pick others up
okay.
along the way.
I didn't know that. Okay.
So if you start with, say you start with 95, you might graduate 87 or so. Because you'll drop some, then you'll pick some up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that you added as you went.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because what happens is if, let's say at this time it was 3 phases, first, second, and third phase. Mm-hmm. So if a recruit got injured on, say, training day 14, and then he had to go to get rehabbed or whatever, well, when he's ready to go back to training, he comes back to the day he was on.
Okay.
So he would pick up with a platoon that's on training day 14.
He doesn't just skip those days and go straight over.
Exactly.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah.
That
so
works.
all throughout, you'll have some recruits that get dropped in third phase, and then you'll pick them up when you're already getting ready to graduate.
Being a DI, I mean, geez, I mean, I went to the Sheriff's Academy, which is nothing compared to the Marine Corps. I mean, nothing. We had Marines in my academy, and they're laughing.
Right.
This is a joke. Not to say it's easy. It's just not the Marine Corps. So they would say, this is nothing, you know.
Right.
What they went through, they would tell stories. What would you say? Is it that hard, or is it something that people can get through, or they just need to have the mindset to get through that?
They just need to have the mindset.
The mindset.
It's difficult. Mm-hmm. The most difficult part is the mental.
Yeah.
The physical is going to be depending on how your routine is, how you're taking care of your body.
Okay.
Right. So if you a high school kid and you're playing baseball and football and basketball or involved in some other sport, the physical will be challenging. Mm-hmm. But if you've been used to those sports, you'll get through it.
Yeah, you'll do better probably.
But if you've been laying on the couch and playing video games, and that's going to be a shock.
How do they do? I mean, what does it take for them to get up to par? Just more, I guess, singling out by you, or what does it take for him to step up?
Well, that's part of it, mm-hmm. singling them out. And mm-hmm. so kind of what we do is, we do it used to be called an initial strength test, an IST.
Okay.
And you get a baseline on where every recruit is mm-hmm. physically. Well, if you know you got some that are, weaker in pull-ups, you're going to spend a lot of time with that recruit on the quarterdeck doing push-ups and, runners, so you'll IT those recruits,
okay.
Which is called incentive training.
I love the names.
Which provides a great incentive.
Yeah.
But it ain't going to help you because we're going to target you anyway.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
It's like you do not want to be known to the staff. That's any academy. You just want to be that, we call it stealth recruit, the guy that nobody knows.
Right.
They're going to find everybody, but you don't want to be that one guy. Yeah. And I can imagine.
But as long as they get the mental mm-hmm. and aren't what we used to call mama's boys, they can get through it.
Okay. You'll help them through it. They don't know you're helping them, but you're helping them through it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. I remember we had those too. But it must have been fulfilling just to be the guy that molds these guys into warriors, basically.
That's the only job I've ever had in my life where every 3 months I got to see the product of my work.
That's amazing.
Every 3 months.
Make you proud?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And especially when you have a guy like David who reaches out to you, 30 years later.
So you're telling me some guys do reach out after and want to talk to you? Huh?
Not many, but a few.
Yeah.
Yeah. And some of them you'll run into out in the fleet.
Okay.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
So
later.
you'll serve with some of them. I actually, my drill instructor that I serve with, or that trained me, I actually served with as a sergeant major.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. So have you ever had any not so good interactions like you did this to me or you told me something in the boot camp?
Not really.
Not really?
Yeah. Most of them are appreciative.
Respectful.
Years later.
Yes.
But, some of them are just still don't come around.
Okay.
But they would never challenge you.
Oh, of course not. Of course not. Of course. Yeah. I think it's fear more than anything.
Right.
Yeah, but that must be such a great job. I mean, just to train people and to make them into something they need to be. Yeah. They need to be, not want to be, need to be.
Right.
It's not a choice.
Right.
These guys are going into something. They better be up to par.
Right.
That's amazing. I think that's such a great job to fulfill.
And most drill instructors would probably say their boot camp experience gave them the, push they needed in life. And so now they want to do the same for others.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
My personal story is, I grew up in West Virginia.
Yeah.
Very small town. There were no jobs in my town. All the businesses in that town were owned by families. And so I had no options. I could have gone to college. I was a real good athlete, but I'm not very big now. Mm. And so I graduated high school weighing like 115 pounds maybe. right? I can't go and take all of that abuse. And so the military was my option. And it just really opened up, how big America really is and how many opportunities there are out there.
Why Marines?
I had an older brother.
Okay.
I still have an older brother that was in the Marines.
Okay.
And so at the time I went to boot camp, he was a staff sergeant.
Oh, shoot.
And I always kind of looked up to him. My father died when I was like 11. Okay. And so he was kind of like my father figure.
Yes.
And he's 12 years my senior. And so he ended up retiring as a master gunnery sergeant.
Oh, what a role model.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And so I joined because of him.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank God for that.
Yep. And he gave me some good advice.
What did he say?
Don't join the grunts. And when I was in high school, he told me, take typing.
Really?
And I'm like, why typing? And so I did it.
Okay.
And little did I know I was going to need that skill in the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good advice.
Good advice, because I did a lot of work on computers, doing load
A lot of paperwork.
plans. A lot of paperwork.
Yeah.
But I could type instead of this.
So I want to hear about your rise to Master Sergeant. I heard it's just like an amazing story how fast you went up.
Yeah. So I was real fortunate early in my career. So I was a squad leader in boot camp. And so I got promoted to PFC out of boot camp. Okay. And then when I got to the fleet, I was really fortunate to have people that, for whatever reason, they liked me and they looked out for me, right? And so when promotion opportunities would come up, they would
reach out,
recommend me,
and
say, "Hey, we recommend that you go for this promotion." And so I go to, I get meritoriously promoted to Lance Corporal, which isn't really a big deal. The big one was Corporal.
Okay.
So when I go up for Corporal, I was in the field training. We were doing an exercise at 29 Palms. I'm stationed at Camp Pendleton at this time. And they pulled me out the field to go before this promotion board. And it was the next day. So I get home to Camp Pendleton. The promotion is the next day. So I'm in my room and I'm studying. And at this point, I had been in the Marine Corps, I think, a total of 9 months.
Okay.
My roommate had been a Lance Corporal for 18 months.
Oh, Jesus.
And so as I'm studying, he is over there just ragging on me.
Oh, no.
You're just going up for that board because they need some bodies on it. You only been in the Marine Corps 9 months. They not going to promote you. And this and that and the other thing.
Just putting you down, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I kept studying.
Of course.
And so I go to the board the next day and do my thing. I do well enough to win.
Yeah.
So then I get promoted meritoriously to Corporal.
Okay.
And about 9 months later, I get recommended for meritorious sergeant. And so I actually got promoted from PFC to sergeant in 2 years.
Whoa, that's fast.
Fast. And it just kind of taught me to not listen to the noise.
No, be prepared. Be ready. Be ready for those opportunities.
Absolutely.
Yeah, be ready. And take them when they come.
Yeah. And so then I am a sergeant in the fleet for 2 years. And then I re-enlisted to go to the drill field.
Okay.
And so I went to the drill field. I was 22 when I went to DI school.
That's what I'm saying. You're a DI at 22, and these kids are, what, 18?
18.
17, 18, 19.
Yeah.
And you're 22.
I'm 22.
And what did that feel like? The age thing.
Well, I didn't really think about it that
didn't?
much because I was relying on all the training.
The training, of course.
So you just rely on the training.
Yeah.
You do what the training says. So I didn't really think about the age thing too much.
Yeah.
And I had the rank,
Yeah.
which is all they
Yeah,
see.
that's all they see.
And care about. But I'm still in competition with every other drill instructor.
Yeah.
We're all competing.
Yeah.
And it's a friendly competition because, this cycle I'm competing against you. Next cycle I might be working with you.
Yeah.
And so, it's a friendly competition, but you're still competing for promotions.
Competing with yourself, too.
Absolutely.
You're always striving for more.
Yeah.
But being in charge of these kids, you must have had so much pride in them. I mean, seeing them accomplish the things. At that age, that's not usual.
Yeah.
It's not usual.
Yeah.
22 years old, you really don't recognize it.
Right.
And you recognize your importance.
Right.
That's awesome.
But what it did is it accelerated my personal growth.
Yes.
Once I
Sure.
could see, okay, this is what I can do
Yeah.
with another human being.
It's like a power, basically.
Power, but structured.
No. But
Yeah.
you have the means. That's
Right.
amazing.
Exactly.
And you can do what you need to do and make these kids great. You can
Right.
make them great, and they don't even know they're going to be great.
Right.
They probably have lack of confidence when they walk in there. Very scared.
Absolutely.
And make them strong enough to walk out to the field. That's amazing.
And do
No small feat. That's what I'm
Right.
trying to say.
Yeah, and do what if I could make sergeant in 2 years, there's no reason why any of them
Exactly.
could make sergeant in 2 years.
Exactly.
If I could get meritoriously promoted to staff sergeant on the drill field, they could do the same thing.
So you see a little bit of yourself in them.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah.
That's totally important. Not separation. They are you.
Right.
They're part of you because you might be standing next to them
Right.
somewhere in some battlefield. You might be deployed with them. You don't even know.
Exactly.
That's important. People don't realize that they're not separate. They're you.
Yeah. Interesting story. When I left the drill field and went to Camp Pendleton, I had a recruit in my last platoon that was horrible.
What's his name? No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to say
I can't remember his name now, but he was just horrible
Yeah.
and just faced a lot of challenges. Well, when I get to my new command at Camp Pendleton,
He's there.
he's there.
He's not your boss, is he?
No.
Because that happens too.
Right. Yeah. But he actually figured it out.
Okay, yeah. It takes some time.
It takes some time. He actually figured it out.
I believe that. You can fix people sometimes. You can make
Right.
them good. I don't believe that nobody's salvageable. I believe that with the right training, you can do it.
Right.
And it takes different tactics with different people.
Right. Exactly.
I had this conversation with training officers in the sheriff's department. There was a competition at one of the units I went to, how fast we can send people back. Meaning roll them up and say, you're not good out here in the patrol. We want to put you back in the jail.
Right.
And they're competing about like competition. How can we send them back fast? Like they're no good, send them back.
Right.
And I was in the break room one time, and I'm a little bit older than them, same age. And they were laughing and joking how they sent a guy back in one day. Came out to patrol, and then his TO sent him back.
Oh, wow.
Said he's no good. He's out. And they were laughing. I got one day. I was like his medal.
Right.
And
Like his pay was going to go up.
Yeah, exactly. So I got my drink, and I turned around, and I said, and it was I'm not going to say his name. I said, so you failed. And he looks at me, he goes, what do you mean, Adam? I go, you failed. I go, so you couldn't train him.
Right.
In one day, how did you know if you could train him or not?
Right.
How do you know what he's worth? In one day, you know what you're doing. You're shitting
Right.
your pants the first day you came out
Exactly.
here.
Yeah.
Driving around black and white, and you're doing all this stuff. You don't know what you're doing. You're scared.
Right.
You think you're going to get sent back because you're always worried about it. You have no idea if he was worth being out here in one day.
Right.
And to me, you're a failure as a TO because you didn't make him worth being out here.
Exactly.
And those are all TOs. So they
Right.
they start yelling at me. And of
Right.
course, I was laughing about it, and I walked out.
Yeah.
But I was serious.
And that's similar to on the drill field. I was telling you earlier, we pick recruits up, And so it's always a competition between the platoons for the PFT score.
Oh, really?
Prac score, drill score.
So you want them to do well.
You want them to do well, but when you get a recruit that's coming from somewhere else, you always want to see what's the PFT score.
Yeah, is he going to draw me down or bring me down or bring me up?
Exactly.
It's going to be a weight.
Then you have to make an assessment on, can I get him to where I need him to be?
Yeah, of course.
To get my average up?
Of course.
Or, is he going to
It's
bring
incentive.
me down?
It's incentive, though. And you've got to try harder to get him up there with the rest of your guys.
Yeah, but to your point, the good senior drill instructors or the good leaders, they will take the one that's going to be the challenge.
Yeah.
As opposed to...
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And we all know there's some people that are just horrible. We'll never get it.
Right.
We'll never get it. They're just horrible. There is that.
Right.
And you have to deal with it accordingly.
Yeah.
But not always. There's most of them can be fixed.
Right.
Most of them, I can't fix, but trained.
Exactly.
So, 3 tours. Now, how did you have the time to get master's degrees? You have 2 master's degrees.
2 master's degrees.
And a bachelor of science in criminal justice?
Correct.
Were you going to be a law enforcement or something?
That was my original plan, actually.
Criminal justice, that's a hard one to get.
Especially when you're working a full day and then going to school for another 4 or 5 hours.
I saw that, criminal justice. I thought, okay, maybe you're leaning towards law enforcement when I saw that one. The other one was sports management?
Sport management is the second master's. Public administration was the first one. And so my plan when I retired from the military was to go into law enforcement.
Okay.
And so that's why I did the bachelor's in criminal justice. And then I did the master's in public administration.
Yeah, they match.
So,
they work.
You could elevate to chief.
You can promote. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the path.
Yeah.
I saw that. I knew that.
You knew that was the path?
Yes, but I was like, he didn't go into law enforcement, so I was wondering.
Good question. So when I retired, I had very specific criteria about what I wanted to do in law enforcement. And one thing I didn't want to do was put on another uniform.
Okay.
And I didn't want to be chasing 18-year-olds through alleys. Because at this point, I'm 38.
Yeah.
Right?
I get it.
And so I was trying to go the investigation route.
I get it.
And so what ended up happening in the state at that time, I would have liked to go FBI, but I was too old for the FBI because they have that mandatory retirement.
They have a cap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was looking at state, DMV, DOJ,
Postal,
those types of things. And they put on a hiring freeze.
Oh, no, they didn't. It's a bad time. You had good timing in the beginning of your career and bad time at the end of your career.
Yeah. So I ended up, a job found me in downtown San Diego running a property-based business improvement district.
Nice.
And the pay there was significantly higher than law enforcement. And so at that point, it didn't make any sense.
It's no-brainer.
Right.
No-brainer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. I saw it, though. You were talking about a Cynthia Summers case.
Yes.
How were you involved in that?
So Cynthia Summers was the wife of a Marine who passed away on active duty.
Okay.
It was investigated later to find out that he was poisoned by arsenic.
What?
And so he was actually in my unit.
Oh, shoot.
When I was a sergeant major.
Okay.
And so I was one of the first people to get the phone call.
Okay.
And it's an interesting story. So I was in a unit where, usually you have a commander and sergeant major, and then each line company has first sergeants in it.
Okay.
And so typically a sergeant major would have 4 first sergeants.
Okay.
But I was in a air wing unit that had a really different structure. So there were no first sergeants.
Really?
And so I was kind of the direct liaison to everything that related to enlisted people. Mm-hmm. So this particular night. And so typically what would happen, if somebody got arrested or got in a car accident or was in a fight, anything that happens, I'm the first person to get the phone call. And so I get this phone call at about 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, no.
It's my duty. And he says, "Hey, Sergeant Major, this is the staff duty. Sergeant Summers was just rushed to the hospital and he wasn't breathing." And I'm like, "What?"
What the heck?
I'm like, Sergeant Summers was like 24.
Oh, shoot.
And I'm like, "Why is he not breathing?"
Yeah.
So I says, "Okay, I'm getting up. I'm on my way." Told him to call the CO, let the CO know I was on my way to the hospital. And then I get up, jump in the shower, I'm getting dressed, phone rings again. It's the duty again. He's like, "Sergeant Major, Sergeant Summers just passed away." I'm like,
What the heck?
What
What's going on? Yeah.
So I tell him to call the CO, tell the CO I'll meet him at the hospital. So I go to the hospital. The gunny that he worked for was already there. And so I meet with the gunny first, and I say, just asking general questions. Has he been sick? Has he been complaining of anything? What's been going on with him? Nothing really. He said he has been sick a little bit, kind of like flu-like symptoms or something like that, but nothing that. And so I said, "Okay, well, where's the wife?" And he says, "Well, she's inside with him right now." I said, "Okay, well, let's go meet her." So as we go in to meet with her, she starts coming out. And so I go to her and I say, I'll never forget this. These are exact words. So I say, "How you doing, Miss Summers? My name is Sergeant Major Payne. I really hate to meet you under these circumstances, but is there anything that we can do for you as a command at this time?" And she says to me, "Am I going to have to pay his bonus back?"
No, she didn't. No, she didn't. No,
Exact
she
words.
did. No, she didn't.
Yeah.
What did you do? You just fall back like,
I was like,
oh my God.
I said, "Well, that's not the type of thing we want to focus on right now."
That's a perfect answer.
Yeah. I say, "But I'll get that answer for you.
What the heck?
But is there anything else? Can we do something? Are the children okay? On and on and on." And so there was somehow some sort of, because I went and met with NCIS and, all these different people and give them the information. But there was some disconnect between NCIS and the San Diego Police Department about who was going to be responsible for the investigation.
Yeah.
And so it got fumbled.
Yeah, no one wanted a potato. They didn't. Everybody's passing it around.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
And so they ended up, I'm not sure how it happened because when she actually went to trial, it was like years later. I was retired.
Well, somebody picked it up then.
Yeah, somebody ended up picking it up. And they actually, she went on trial twice and was found innocent.
Innocent, okay.
Yeah. The first trial, I think she was found guilty. They appealed it. And then they did another trial. And so then she was ultimately
exonerated.
Yeah. But that's the type of stuff that happens when you're a sergeant major of a unit.
You're in charge of everybody.
Everything and everybody.
Everybody does death notifications and stuff like that. How does that get into, well, we were talking. Who robs banks as a Marine? We had a deputy robbing banks, robbing jewelry stores. And I work with him. We were court services together. They called him the cowboy robber.
Oh, wow. well.
And the dummy dropped his $3,000 Stetson hat, and they're serialized.
Right.
And he was a court services deputy sheriff robbing jewelry stores.
Right.
And they found him from his hat.
Yeah.
That's how smart he is.
Well,
so Marines.
The Marines and law enforcement, and I tell people this all the time, we are really just a segment of society.
Community, yeah.
That's in law enforcement or the military.
Yes.
So anything you see
everywhere
outside, you can find in law enforcement as well.
Yeah.
And so, but this individual, I can't remember his name, but he was a corporal. And just like the officer you just described, not very smart. And so my unit it was an engineer unit, so I was in charge of, it's called MWSS 373 at Miramar.
Okay.
And so I had cooks, bulk fuel, communications, firefighters, engineers.
Yeah.
And it was a fairly big unit, almost 1,000 Marines. And so I go and do a barracks inspection one time, and I go to this corporal's room, and it was immaculate.
Never seen that before.
You open up his wall locker, uniforms are in there like they teach you ready, inspection ready.
Like boot camp, yeah.
All his hygiene stuff, soap, toothpaste.
Perfect, huh?
Perfectly aligned. It was...
Something's going on.
I said, wow. So I said, whose locker is this? And I said to the gun, he said, this is Corporal so-and-so. I got 900 and something. I don't know all of them.
Yeah, of course.
Right? I know the good ones and the bad ones. Right? There's a lot in between there.
Yeah. Yes, I get it.
Yeah. And so I was like, oh, okay. And so I eventually meet him. And, my first impression of him was he's probably pretty squared away. Yeah. He always looked good in his uniform. Mm-hmm. And then one day I get a phone call from a retired master gunnery sergeant. And he tells me that this corporal is dating his daughter, who I think was maybe 17.
Okay.
She might have been 18. But this master gunnery sergeant didn't want him dating his daughter.
Okay.
And he was hot about it.
Okay, yeah.
And he kept telling me, something's going on with this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And what he did is he was committing all these crimes. And he would, when it hit the newspaper, he would cut out the article.
Oh, no.
And mail it to his girlfriend.
No.
And so the retired master gunnery sergeant found this article about this bank robbery in San Diego.
Yes.
And sent it to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, that's weird. And so I go and I brief the CO. We take the article over to NCIS and say, here's what we got. We don't know if there's anything. But he had robbed a couple of banks.
Jesus. Active duty.
On active duty. Oh, he robbed one bank one day at lunchtime right across from the base.
No, he didn't.
And I just happened to have a friend that worked in construction that was doing a construction job at that bank.
Oh, no.
And he wasn't there when he robbed it, but when he came back, of course, everybody's talking about it. He said that they said he ran in, he jumped up on the counter and fell.
He fell.
When he jumped up on the counter, he fell. And then he jumps up and goes, this is a robbery. And he gets, however much money.
Oh, my God.
And
wait, shotgun or a rifle?
Yeah, I think he had a shotgun.
Oh, no.
And that's, wasn't the least of it. He actually had stole an ATM machine.
What the heck? Was he a junkie or what the heck was this?
I think he might have been an adrenaline junkie. He might have been on something, but I don't think so.
The need for the money, you didn't find it? You guys didn't find it? Nobody knew?
Nobody knew. But once we got NCIS on his tail, they ended up finding a receipt for a storage unit that he had.
Oh, there it is.
And it was buku evidence in that storage locker. Yeah.
So like you said, not very smart.
Yeah, not very smart.
Sending articles and keeping stuff in his storage room.
He might as well wore a serialized Stetson hat.
Yeah, that's the story I tell. I used to see him every day.
Yeah.
And what the heck was that about? And I knew why. He was into some stuff, and we all found out.
Right.
Yeah. But I want to get on a serious note. I really want to talk to you about your channel. Is it Exit 261?
Exit 261.
Exit 261. I watched a bunch of the videos. It's very impactful. I think you're on a good path, sir. And I would love to help you out with that. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah. So my youngest daughter, her name was Jada, was killed in an automobile accident in 2023.
Sorry, sir.
Thank you. Outside of Tampa, Florida.
Okay.
And basically what happened is 2 weeks before her accident, somebody else had an accident in that same location.
Yes.
And there was what's called an attenuator, is a crash cushion, was at that site. And so this person comes along, hits it, survives the crash. We have pictures of him standing up outside of his car texting in the rain. It was raining. And so they had to remove that crash cushion and replace it. The contractor that was responsible had 5 days to replace that, and they didn't do it in 5 days. And so 2 weeks later, 15 days later, my daughter comes along, and they have partially repaired the guardrail, but not completely. Mm-hmm. And they had a truck-mounted attenuator, and I'm sure you guys know what those are. Mm-hmm. The trucks with the little things on the back of them. Well, those are crash cushions as well.
Yes.
And so if you crash into the back of that, it will save your life. So they had it there, and then they moved it. And so when my daughter comes along, we don't know for sure, but we think she fell asleep based on the time of morning. It was like 3-something in the morning. Mm-hmm. She hits the guardrail. There's no protective properties in the guardrail. It's basically a double blunt end guardrail that she hits. And the guardrail spears through the car and hits her. I'm 61 years old. I've been driving since I was 16 years old. It never, ever occurred to me that a guardrail would spear through a car.
No.
And so we start doing research, and my daughter isn't the only one that's been killed in that manner.
Okay.
And I would encourage you and your followers to look up a gentleman called TheGuardrailGuy.
Okay.
His name is Steve Eimers. His daughter was killed in a similar crash. And he is more of an expert than I am. He probably knows more about guardrails than the people that are actually out there installing these guardrails.
Yeah.
And so I find him, and learn of his daughter's story. And through connecting to him, I've connected to many other people.
A network of people.
Right.
Okay.
That have had
same stories.
Similar
stories.
Right. Getting speared
Yeah.
by a guardrail. There was a spearing up near Reno. I think it was in February of this year, February, March. And luckily, this girl's driving along at like 40 miles an hour. Weather is bad. And she ends up sliding into this guardrail. And the guardrail speared through the car and missed her. And so it happens far more frequently than we know.
Yeah.
And for the law enforcement perspective, it's really critical that they do adequate reports and investigations. And I'll share the issues with my daughter's investigation and report as well. I'm okay with that. But let me just give you the 3 major issues with guardrails. So the first one is the guardrail may look perfect. There's no damage or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Hasn't been hit, but it's installed improperly.
Okay.
And when I say installed improperly, it could be something as simple as the incorrect bolts used, or a part or a piece is put upside down. So even though the guardrail looks perfect, if you hit it, it could potentially kill you because it's not going to perform the way it was designed.
Yes.
The second part is, and this is what happened to Steve Eimers' daughter. Her name was Hannah. The guardrail is Frankenstein.
I saw that on your pod.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They just hodgepodge it back together.
Somebody hits a guardrail, they need to repair it. They just get whatever parts and pieces they can find and put it back together.
Have you called it Frankensteining? Exactly that. I saw the pictures.
Yeah.
I've watched the videos.
Yeah.
It looks more dangerous than anything you could put out there.
Yeah.
It's just horrible.
And when you hit it, it's not going to perform like it's supposed to. And all of that energy has to go somewhere.
Of course.
So it comes through the car.
Of course.
And then the third one is what happened in my daughter's case. The guardrail is damaged and is left damaged for an extended period of time.
Yes.
An extended period of time could be days, weeks, months, or years.
And you're rolling the dice. They've just said, we're going to roll the dice and hopefully nobody hits it again.
Exactly.
That's not acceptable.
Yeah.
It's not acceptable.
Not at all.
No. That should be standard. It breaks, fix it within a day, next morning.
Exactly.
You have the crews.
You remember the couple of months ago, the tractor trailer up off of Interstate 10 in Palm Springs?
The one that flipped over?
Yeah, it came all the way across and killed a couple of people.
Yes.
When someone gets killed, they fix it fast.
Right away, right. You're right. I'm sure they fixed it right after your daughter's accident, too.
Oh, they did. They had their hair on fire.
Yes.
Because they knew they had screwed up.
Yeah.
So when somebody dies, they're...
It should be automatic no matter what.
No matter what.
No, because it's anybody's kid. It's anybody's wife, husband.
Right.
Anybody. I'd say this all the time on, when how you deal with things at home. The most scary time for me is when my kids get in their car and they leave. Every day, be careful. And they always say, I'll try. And they make fun of it. I'll try. But that's, as a father, that's the most vulnerable because we've, as cops, we've been to thousands of car accidents and we know how fragile life is.
It's funny you say that. I just had this conversation with my other children, and all my kids are grown. They're all in their 30s. I just had that same conversation with them and said, you just don't understand.
I wish they would.
Yeah.
But, they have to live life. You don't want to be in a bubble. But I every time one of my children walk out my door, it's 3 or 4 things. Drive slow, be careful, watch out for the other guy. Because that was always a nightmare for me.
Right.
Because you go home from a car crash and you handle the scene and you go home and you're going, I'm just going to say, going to church, going to dinner with their family. And these people didn't deserve what happened.
Right.
And whatever the circumstances, the car is the most vulnerable place you can be.
Right.
Because you have to rely on 5,000 other people around you.
To do the right thing.
And now they're all on their cell phones. Now they're texting and then if you don't have the safeguards on this, like you say, the guardrails and stuff like that, that's even magnifying it.
Oh, absolutely.
See, I'm an F1 fan. I love F1. As soon as a car crashes, they fix that.
Right.
And they won't continue the race until that rail's fixed. And I know it's a race, but I'm trying to say is they understand they could possibly hit that same spot and those guys will be hurt. So the importance is there for that. It should be the same importance for the freeways and the
Absolutely.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's not. It shouldn't be a question of should we. It's just do it.
Right. And here's the other scary thing. And I didn't know this, and most people probably don't think about this. When they install those guardrails and design those guardrails, they are crash tested at 62.5 miles per hour. Well, that's great when the speed limit is 55, but the speed limit is 70 or 75 almost everywhere in the country. I've been on some highways. In some states it's 80.
Yep. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
They're so strict about everything else. How come that can't be a thing? They're so strict about everything else. Why can't they make it? That's the standard.
Right.
Get the guardrails up to 80. They can do it.
Right.
Engineers will figure it out. You tell them we want these guardrails to be 80 mile an hour proof. They will make them 80 now.
Right.
They're doing money. You know what it is.
Right.
They're all doing money.
Right.
Everybody's counting the beans.
Right.
It's not worth a life.
Right.
It's not worth it.
Yep.
You just put yourself in their shoes of all the people who have lost someone to this.
Right. And I think the most scary part for me is not just in California or Florida, every state I've been to, I can't go anywhere without looking at guardrails.
Yeah.
My wife, I know I'm driving her crazy. The time we go somewhere, I'm like, look at that.
Yeah.
There's a damaged guardrail. There's a damaged guardrail. It
changed your life.
Yeah.
That one subject has changed your life.
Yeah.
Jada is your daughter. You're not going to forget that.
Right.
That's impactful. That's never going to change.
Yeah.
As a parent, it never goes away.
Yeah.
Never.
But what blows my mind is who is responsible for reporting damaged guardrails? It's if the guardrail has a lot of damage on it, most likely somebody in law enforcement
should be CHP if it's
responded.
California should make a report.
Right.
I don't know if they do, but they're we're talking about highways now,
right?
Not in freeways, so that would be CHP probably. They should have some type of form. They should have some type of call the number and say fix this rail today.
Right.
I don't know if they do, but that's exactly
they don't.
They don't.
Nobody does.
So they just drive away and just leave it.
Yeah.
That's unacceptable.
It's crazy.
That's unacceptable.
The only state I've been to is Oregon.
Okay.
Oregon, and a couple of crashes I've seen there, they put a truck, and you probably saw the videos.
Yeah.
They put a truck-mounted attenuator there, and they leave it there.
Yeah, till they fix it.
Yeah. And they have an orange card that they put on it that shows the date of the accident, the accident number, all of that is on the guardrail.
I would like to find out how many people have hit that truck, and if the truck wasn't there. Imagine that.
It happens
all the time.
All the time. And in fact, the manufacturer of, I don't want to give them a traffic devices. It's a company I think it's a foreign company, but they manufacture those truck-mounted attenuators, those Scorpions. And on their website, every time somebody hits one,
They put it up there?
They put it out.
Oh, they do. Okay.
And they tracked, they'll give you what type of vehicle, how fast it was going, whether they braked or didn't brake, how many people got killed or not. And more often than not, people are surviving those crashes.
They're made for that.
Yeah.
And that's what that rail needed where your daughter was.
Yeah.
And it probably, just sad. I'm sorry, sir.
And I think it's more, Caltrans ultimately, I think, is responsible for the interstates. And they're contracting it out to some contractor. And so ultimately, it's Caltrans to supervise their contractors. But more often than not, it comes down to money for the contractors.
Well, to keep a contract, you have to fulfill the contract. And there's always a bidding war. So if you're the person that gets out there within a couple of hours, that's the person that should get the contract, not the person who's late, 2-3 weeks late. It should be a bidding war to do it right and fast. I mean, if you're going to keep a contract, just like towing, you got to do the job better than everyone else because everybody's competing for that money because there's a lot of money involved in that.
Right.
So you would think they would do a better job. They're not. They're not.
Yeah.
It's evident it's not.
Yeah. And what they do is they give them these 2-3 year contracts. And we're talking $200 million contracts or more. And then they're not
doing the job.
Not doing the job. Mm-mm. And the Department of Transportation, be it Caltrans or ODOT or TDOT or FDOT, doesn't matter. They're not adequately supervising their contractors and holding them accountable.
No.
In my daughter's case, the contractor was only required to have a $2 million
insurance policy. That's it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's what I said.
So what can you do? What can we do about it? Is there somebody you can talk to, call? Is there a phone number or something?
Well, so we're currently trying to address this issue in Florida, which is where my daughter's accident happened. And so I'm talking with a couple of state legislators. But it's
going to be an uphill battle.
It's an uphill battle.
Yeah, talking money, it's always an uphill battle with these people.
And it's a political battle.
It shouldn't be, though.
It shouldn't be.
This is obvious. This is common sense.
Right.
Common sense.
Yeah.
We all feel it because everybody feels it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm on the road now. No one drives speed limit. It's crazy out there.
It's crazy.
It's crazy, especially after the last, the big, I don't know how to say, the thing with the mass. People don't drive right anymore. There's no speed limit. I don't even see CHP anymore.
Right. Very seldom.
They've pretty much stopped stopping people.
Right.
So little by little, speed limit goes up.
It's up.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
Very.
Anything you need from me, sir, I will help you as much as I can. I'll put your link in my description, and if anybody wants to reach out, I'll pass the word on.
Yeah.
If you have anything that comes up, I'll put it on my podcast.
Yeah. And at some point, we're going to need an effort, and I've been talking with Steve Eimers and a few other parents I know that are on this same journey as my wife and I. There should be a device, which does exist, that a minute a guardrail is damaged, it will send a signal to Caltrans to say, hey, I was just looking at the news the other night, and in LA, they are starting to use AI. The CHP is using AI to tell them, oh, there's a person walking on the freeway.
Really?
And so if they can do that, they should be able to identify damaged guardrails.
There should be inspections. They should be inspected all the time.
Which is part of the contract.
Yeah.
And because that's one of the things we looked at in our daughter's accident. So I did a public records request because it just didn't make sense to us how our daughter ended up into this guardrail. And in fact, we didn't even find out that she hit a guardrail until the accident report came out, which was 3 months later. We were under the impression she ran over an embankment of some sort. And so I just started doing public records requests. And I requested inspection reports.
All of it.
Who is the contractor?
Yeah.
How many accidents have been at that location in the past 3 years? I want all email communications about repairs, blah, blah, blah. And that's how we found out that there was an accident 2 weeks before her.
Yeah.
And so we got all those photos and different things. And they knew it was damaged.
But nobody does what you did.
True.
So this probably happens all the time, and no one complains. No one does more further research. They don't delve in.
Right.
So it's been passed over, and that's why they're getting away with it.
Right.
Now that you're doing this, they shouldn't get away with it.
Right. And on top of that, most people don't know that they need to ask questions.
Yep.
Because in our daughter's case, and I'm sure many other cases, they blamed everything that happened at that location on our daughter's accident.
Yeah.
Right? There's no evidence of the prior accident. So, and they don't write the report to say, you know, the Florida Highway Patrol's headquarters or station for that area was less than 8 miles away. So that trooper who did our daughter's investigation had probably driven by that damaged guardrail multiple times.
Of course.
And knew that at one point there was a truck-mounted attenuator there.
And it moved.
And now it's not there.
Yeah.
But he didn't put none of that in his report.
Well, in the LA Sheriff's Department, you have traffic cars, but you have certified traffic units that can do fatal accidents. So not everyone does a fatal.
Right.
And because they're supposed to be more trained, more expertise in accidents. You can't just, anytime there's a fatal, that one person has to be in charge of that. Their job is to do what you just said.
Exactly.
But that's the sheriff's department. That's not a highway patrol. So we don't do highway patrol. But in the streets, they do it.
Right.
That CHP should have that same thing because that's all they really do. That's all they're doing every day.
Right.
So I don't understand how you don't do research on the rail that it was an accident. The person's at that accident, I got to believe, because so many people show up, had to know. We were just here.
Right.
Had to know.
Yeah.
Because we know it. We know this. Where I'm always at the same house.
Right.
Because something's always going on there.
There. Right.
So, but they all just went like, we'll just ignore it.
Yeah. It was quite, you would probably be embarrassed.
I would be embarrassed, of course.
To read the report.
It's just wrong. What you told me, there's no excuse. I don't believe in excuses. You do your job.
Right.
I'm pretty sure we probably think the same thing.
Way,
You're a DI in the Marines. There's no excuse. Just do it.
Right.
And do it correctly, or don't do it at all. Or if you don't do it at all, you're going to do it again.
Exactly.
That's the way it goes.
Yeah.
But these guys can't get away with it, and I'm going to help you. It's whatever you have for me. Send me whatever you need, and I will post it.
Okay.
And
Perfect.
And if you want to bring those people on, we'll bring them out here too.
Okay.
Anybody you wanted, we'll do it again.
All right.
As many times as you want.
Yeah.
I really believe in this.
I really would like to get you to get Steve Eimers out here.
I'm happy to have him.
He monitors accidents.
I'm happy to have him.
All over the country.
I would love to have him on.
Yeah.
I feel that's terrible.
Yeah.
That's terrible. This shouldn't have happened. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So like I said, I wish there was words. I know there aren't. But I appreciate you coming out, sir. I really do.
Well, thank you
Please
for
come
having
back
me.
and visit me.
I sure will. Yeah.
And you got anything else? Like anything you want to talk about? Anything you want to give out? Any websites?
Well, I will say, as we talk about my daughter, we have 2 scholarships
Okay.
in her name. One is at Prairie View A&M University.
Okay.
She graduated from there. She was a member of the track team. She was actually a walk-on.
Okay.
And she studied kinesiology there.
Okay.
And so we have a scholarship there, and the requirements have to be I shouldn't say have to be. The 3 requirements are a walk-on athlete at Prairie View, a out-of-state student, or studying kinesiology or some related field. So 1, 2, or all 3 of those criteria will get you qualified. So
That's great.
If you got anybody that's planning to go to Prairie View, know that scholarship is out there.
Outstanding.
Apply for it. And the other one is at Gannon University.
Gannon, where's that?
Gannon University is in Erie, Pennsylvania, but they have a campus in Florida, just outside of Tampa.
Okay.
And so my daughter, at the time of her accident, was a student in the doctoral program there. She was doing her doctorate of physical therapy at the time of her accident. And so we have a scholarship there. That one is not, what's it called? Endowed yet. So the scholarship at Prairie View is endowed.
Okay.
We're hoping to get the one at Gannon endowed this year.
Okay.
So what we do every year on my daughter's birthday, which is in February, we do a fundraiser, and we give the proceeds to the scholarships.
Outstanding.
And so we're trying to get the one. We got about 10,000 to go to get the one in Gannon University endowed.
That's great. That sounds great. It's great. Keeping memory alive. I love it, sir.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you sharing your story with me. I feel honored.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate you letting me share it.
And hopefully keep in touch.
Definitely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Thank you, sir.
All right. I can't get away from this guy over in the corner, so.